So our Scotland adventure didn't go as planned. We didn't find Nessie, we missed the Harry Potter train, and we almost lost our drone.
Twice.
But despite all that, we had a great time exploring castles and mountains and doing some epic hikes.
So after a pretty rough crossing on the boat from Amsterdam to Newcastle, we got into Edinburgh, where we started our loop of Scotland. We had a look through Edinburgh Castle, which is phenomenal, and then went down and checked out the National Museum of Scotland. And then when we got a little bit of a clearing, we hiked up Arthur's Seat. So we got a great view over the city before we headed north.
The first of many hikes that we did on this trip.
So leaving Edinburgh, we headed north, decided to skip Aberdeen and St Andrews Golf Course. We'll come back for that for sure. But we went straight through the Cairngorms towards Inverness. We knew on a 3 to 3.5 hour drive we'd need to stop with 6 kids in tow, but we hadn't really planned where. And on the way we came across a great little viewpoint called the Devil's Elbow.
That was a really unexpected but really stunning view. I think you saw a couple of people flying their drones around there as well.
We got the kids out and they all jumped in their gumboots and then started walking along a stream that was running down. And we hiked up along either side, jumping back and forward across the water. Until we got to this fallen tree that had come down, and that was a lot of fun. There were sheep grazing. Deer up on the side of the hill. And then just out of nowhere, the weather changed on us.
Snow.
And we got snow. So we went from bluebird skies to snow in about 45 minutes.
In April.
Yeah.
Would you?
Have you ordered your fish?
Well, there you go.
I think what might make Scotland so stunning is all of the lochs and the lakes covered and surrounded by mountains. So we went to Inverness and we tried to find Nessie, but didn't.
No luck.
We also had another pretty gloomy day, so we decided to go to a market hall that day, do a little bit of shopping and eating.
Kids like the food there, and they had the colouring in.
They had a colouring competition for Easter.
I don't think we won, or no one called if we did.
Daddy, where's that colour? Daddy, where did you put that colour?
Which colour? This one? This one.
So after a couple of nights in Inverness, we were heading up north to the very tip of mainland Scotland, which is in Wick. On the way, we had a few stops to make though.
We went to a place called Loch Glass, and that's meant to be like a crystal clear loch. And we wanted to get that picturesque photo. We didn't because the weather didn't help us out.
Just a little bit too much wind that day.
Yeah, it was a bit choppy. But we did stumble across something called the Pink House, and I believe it's like an abandoned house that didn't get planning permits. So somebody started that process of building it and has now since left it abandoned. But it's just a beautiful spot.
Great for photos, great for the drone. It was really nice. Then a little bit further down the road, we came across Dunrobin Castle, which is a gorgeous 14th or 15th century estate home. But that was beautiful grounds. We went through the house and saw some of the antiques, saw some of the way that people used to live.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to stand on the sidelines and show you if I was walking a field and a rabbit was flushed by the dog maybe, or a pheasant, how we would actually catch game. So give me a second here and let me go to one side.
So the first time we passed Dunrobin Castle, we hadn't actually planned to go in, so we quickly pulled over in one of the farm paddocks as we were passing and got the drone up and flew it out and got some great shots. And as we were leaving, we realised that it was a little bit wetter in the paddock than we'd planned, and our friends that only had a two-wheel drive couldn't quite get it moving without spinning the wheels. All right, slow mode. So it was out of the car and big push, but luckily we got it out without too much stress. Big apologies to that farmer who came the next day and probably found a couple of skid marks in his paddock.
So we left Dunrobin Castle. Do you remember that delicious bakery that we stopped at? I think we ordered and then we ordered again, and then it was so good that we ordered for the third time.
10 minutes just outside Dunrobin Castle, just past it to the north.
Yeah, it was highly rated, and it lived up to those ratings for sure.
I love finding little gems like that.
We are past Wick. It's the Scottish Highlands, and we're conquering a stone beach.
You don't know where we are, do you?
I don't know what they're called, but I know we're in Scotland.
The Duncansby Head Stacks.
We're at the Duncansby Head Stacks.
So I'm looking forward to people correcting our Scottish and how we pronounce things.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get this wrong.
We went to the Duncansby Head Stacks.
Duncansby or Duncansby?
Duncansby Head Stacks.
I reckon it's Duncansby.
Lots of rocky terrain.
The northernmost point of mainland Scotland. So there are a few islands to the north, but this is as far as you can get before you need to get on a boat.
The hike was beautiful.
Yeah, we hiked down, another windy day, but we hiked down across the fields, past the lighthouse across the fields, and then down a little bit of a ravine. I think we had to use a rope to get down to the rocks.
It's dangerous. You're wearing a shell jacket.
I think what I love about traveling is that our girls often lead the way to places that we probably wouldn't go or think to take them, and yet they were down this ravine head first.
We had to follow them down.
And we followed them down and got some really dramatic scenery at the rocky beach.
Yeah, it was great fun. Slippery, very slippery. Good job, darling. You venturing?
Yes. Look at all the seagulls. Ooh, ooh.
All along that northeast coast is just stunning. So not only have you got the head stacks right at the top, just a little bit further south you've got the Wallago steps, but it's this you can step all the way down these super old steps all the way down to the water, and again another great spot. Sienna, not over there.
Like a round
Ruin of some sort.
ruin of,
Was it an
I think
old
it was like a
house or
meeting point.
burial site or a meeting?
Look it up.
I don't know, but we saw lots of brochs. So we stayed in this beautiful little place in Tong, and we realised when we got there out the window, just a couple hundred metres away was an old castle ruin up on the hill. And as it was coming close to sunset, my mate and our kids went for a little wander, and we got the drones out and some amazing shots at sunset. Very memorable.
Memorable for me as well, seeing the footage. I think I stayed back and cooked dinner that night.
It was a good dinner. as we were driving across the north coast of Scotland, we came across a zip line that was just set up between two peaks right on the coastline. We didn't know it was going to be there, but for sure we stopped and let the kids have a go. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, you wait. Wait a second. Do you remember just after the zip line we found that massive cave, and you could cross over that little bridge, and then there was like water, and you could pay to go even further into the caves on a little boat.
On a little canoe.
But when we got there, either it wasn't operating or they were halfway through a tour because there was no one there.
But the actual cave itself was really stunning.
Yeah, you didn't have to pay anything to get into the cave, and that was really cool. What can you see?
Truthfully, you'll be all mine, all mine, all mine. Talk to me, you wanna know why. You believe that you're not my type. Truthfully, you'll be all mine, all mine, all mine. All mine, all mine, all mine, all mine. All mine, all mine.
So then we drove round the top and then back down south, heading towards the Isle of Skye, but we stopped halfway on the way down in Ullapool, and we arrived there on Easter Saturday and were there for Easter Sunday.
So the Easter Bunny came and visited us in a Scottish car park, and the kids went on a bit of a hunt.
I'm so fast at finding them.
Yeah?
Yep. Ich hab so viele große Eier. Ja. Wo ist denn schnell?
Vielleicht wollt ihr die irgendwo sammeln?
Daddy, can you hold this?
Got that on camera. The family we were traveling with was a fellow enthusiast when it comes to drones and photography, but he had a bit more bad luck than me on this trip. His first of two crashes was a place called the Black Waterfalls, just outside a little city on the way down from Ullapool to the Isle of Skye. Luckily, he managed to recover that one. He hit that one into the trees.
And wasn't there some other tourists, and they were like, "It's over there," and gave us a bit of a heads up.
It's alright, it's like 6 grown-ups.
We kept driving south, came across a few other gorges, waterfalls, had some more sporadic Easter egg hunts along the way.
Wir machen Eiersuche. Eiersuche bei der Ostereier.
Has no one found one yet? Oh, unless you
Was ich sehe.
And stopped at a little cafe called the Midge Bite just before we got to the Isle of Skye, which is really nice. Good coffee.
Really like hearty, home-cooked food and fare, and it was just good service, good food, and a nice place to stretch our legs.
And then we were on to the Isle of Skye, and this was something we've been looking forward to for the first half of the trip. Once we were on the Isle of Skye, we wanted to see as much of it as we could, and we visited Neast Point, which is the far western edge of the Isle of Skye, and it has a beautiful lighthouse right on the edge, and a bit of a hike just before that up to the top of a little hill, which I did by myself in the drone. And I think you took the kids down to the lighthouse. So we stopped to charge the car just a couple of minutes away from Dunvegan Castle, and my mate decided to go around the other side of the loch and fly over to see the castle, while I think you and the kids went shopping for some snacks or something. And after the car had finished charging and you guys had got back from shopping, we were all waiting for him to come back. And
ages.
He just didn't come. So we called him and realised that he hadn't come because he had lost contact with the drone. So we thought, well, that's crash number 2, surely not that lucky the second time round. So he and I hiked in around the coast because the castle had, I think the castle had shut by then. or was about to shut, and so we wanted to just get around the coast and see if we could find the drone. We could see on the controller where we think it might have been, and we got all the way around and could not believe it when we found it.
Oh man, it's gonna be bad.
Yep,
Going in there with my undies?
100%.
Not easily, right? Like
No.
it's not as if it was just waiting to be found.
It was waiting to be found, but it was not on the land. It was just floating on a bed of seaweed a couple of meters off the shore.
Oh! That's definitely heavier than... I didn't even get my underpants wet. This is incredible.
Lesson learnt by drone insurance. They had it, we've had it, and we both used it, and I've had lots of friends that use it too.
There's nothing more to that. we did get some good sunsets though on the Isle and Skye. We were heading out to the Quiraing for a full day's hike, but on the way there we stopped and saw the Old Man of Store and Kilt Rock, which is a gorgeous waterfall that comes off the side into the ocean, but the wind is usually so strong that it doesn't quite get to the ocean before it gets blown back up in a bit of a J shape.
What time?
I think my highlight from the whole 2-week trip was the Quiraing.
Stunning.
And the hike that we did was out of this world. The different shades of green at the Quiraing was just really beautiful, and similar to some of the other holidays where you turn a corner and you just get a completely different view and completely different perspective. And just seeing our kids smash that wall was really cool.
It was a big hike.
One up there, isn't it?
Smile. I want to see what heart failure looks like. Come on, get up there. Just remember, you got to walk all the way back, guys. Don't use all that energy up.
Okay, konzentrier dich, Kiki. Jetzt konzentrieren.
Oh.
Okay, Kiki, das meine ich mit konzentrieren. Das ist gefährlich, was du hier machst.
Okay, warte, ich nehme sie wieder.
You hold it up strong,
Saft. Mika Biggie.
strong, and point it at Monique.
Good distraction.
Up, hold it up, hold it up. Nice and strong, like this. Ja, sehr gut. Where's Papa? Point it at Papa and Mama.
Hello.
Do you remember the fairy pools?
Yeah, the fairy pools were nice. I think maybe a bit
I don't think it was
overrated.
as good as we thought it was going to be.
Like a lovely little walk. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe I was expecting like little
Fairies?
fairy doors and like little elves, or but it was just like little pools with tiny little waterfalls.
There were people in the water though.
Swimming, yeah.
And in Scotland in
and it was
April, that's not
cold.
warm.
But that was nice. Probably like after the Quiraing, not as stunning, but probably worth doing if you're in the area.
Obviously, when you're in Scotland, you've got to see at least one distillery, and we went to the Talisker distillery. It was incredible to see how they go through all the processes to come out with some of the world's best Scotch whisky. And obviously, as a designated driver, I took that home in little bottles, but I think everyone else enjoyed a little tipple.
So on our last night on the Isle of Skye, we were sort of just sitting around after a really good night, and going, oh, where are we staying tomorrow again? And
Should we check in?
yeah, should we check in or check the details? And we'd realised that we booked a month too early.
Right day, wrong month.
So unfortunately that accommodation had to go to the keeper, and we were quickly on the hunt for somewhere that would accommodate 10 people.
Unfortunately, we couldn't stay in Fort William because we'd messed up the accommodation booking, but we still stopped there as the Harry Potter Bridge is just outside of Fort William. We were a bit late getting there.
We rushed.
We really pushed.
Kids were like, oh, I need to stop in the bathroom. We're like, no, you can wait.
And we
Hold
were also
on.
obviously measuring how much charge we had left in the car, so fighting
concerned on
that. But we got there. We got there in time. I think the train crosses twice a day, and we knew we were going to get the second crossing. Got there, got the drones out, sat, waited,
Is it coming?
and then spoke to someone on the car park, and they told us that the whole thing had been shut for about a month while they were repairing it. So we saw the bridge, didn't see the train.
The bridge was nice.
Bridge was nice. No drone, they say.
No train, they say.
1 for 1.
Looking forward to heading back to Europe. We thought we could squeeze in one more activity for the kids. So up they went up the trees on a tree-to-tree climbing experience and had an absolute blast.
Nailed it! It's not fear on your face, is it, Sheree? I'll film your feet.
Our Scotland and
You guys getting so close, it's good. Sorry.
yo. Oh, mysterious girl. Move your body. Yo, move your body. Don't
Move your body. Yeah, move your body. Oh, we're gonna break there because he's got a red face. My face red?
A little bit.
Alright, this is it. We got it. Am I recording? Yes.